Well, this is very frustrating. Welcome to Twin Cherry Studio. I was just making a video on the PlayStation 2 emulator and how that if I was to buy an Xbox Series S just to play PlayStation 2 emulating or PlayStation 2 games, I wouldn't because of some of the problems that the games have. I mean, the games still have problems. Path of Neo, The Punisher, Shadow of the Colossus, just a couple of games that I've had issues with trying to fix. But the main one I was focusing on was GTA San Andreas and the video that I showed yesterday where I was like, oh, the shadows are absolutely disgusting in this game. How do you fix it? Turns out I figured out the fix for it while I was messing around. So I have PCSX2 emulator open on my computer and I went through the options on that, fixed it on my fixed it on the computer, fixed it on the PC version, and then I managed to fix it on this. So I'm just going to take you through the settings to show you how to fix it. System BIOS, obviously your USA or European BIOS that you've got there. I have fast loading and fast boot both on. Go down to the video section, renderer auto, we're at 1080p. So 1080p, 60 frames per second with the USA version. Aspect ratio, widescreen 16:9. I've enabled widescreen batches and 60 FPS batches. FXAA is off and everything else is set to default. No anisotropic filtering either. Nothing else touched here. Go down to the emulation section here. And all of this is set. Speed hacks is set to default. Everything here is set to default as well. Go down to the hacks section. And the only thing I have touched is this auto flush. I've turned auto flush and it even says on there it's to, it can help with the radiosity in GTA San Andreas. Now I tried this before last time I did try this and it wasn't working. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Well, I hadn't, by the looks of it, saved the options files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these game option files again, and then hopefully this doesn't break it. But I was just about to do a video on how I thought that the PlayStation 2 emulator wasn't turning on these fixes. So I'm going to go through my settings again. Everything's there at the default settings that I have at default. Go down to the hack section. I'm going to turn auto flush on. And then when I go to manage core options, I'm going to save game options. So whenever I load this game, it's going to load up with these settings automatically on. Now, what you're going to want to do is to just double check it. So when you load the game up, all you've got to do, so what we'll do is I'll quit it again, quit Retroarch. And then once we get back into it, I'm going to load the game up and just double check that auto flush is on. Because that's what I think kept happening before, was that the core itself wasn't switching on the so doing it from my playlist. I don't think the core itself was switching on the auto flush. I don't think I was opening it from my playlist maybe or something like that. But as you can see, I've got the European edition as well because I was trying everything to get this working because I want to do like GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, just like back to back. I want to do like all three of those absolute classics. Maybe do Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, or maybe even Chinatown Wars. So now we're in the game. I'm going to press my hotkey, check the options again, and then go to the hacks, and auto flush is on. So fingers crossed this has fixed it. And if it's fixed it, then pops your uncle. But now I'm kind of stuck for content because I was literally just about to show how in PCSX2 emulator on the PC, it's much easier to fix games. I can still do that with games like Shadow of the Colossus, The Punisher, and Matrix The Path of Neo, because I've been unable to fix those on the Xbox Series S, but on the PC, I've managed to make them run smooth. Like, I've managed to get rid of all the graphical glitches, the texture glitches, and I think that's down to I think it's called CRCX. Let me look on the config, video, plugin settings. Yes, there's a section called CRC hack level for Direct 3D, and there's some extra hardware hacks that you can do on the PCSX2. So I'm hoping that eventually they're going to fit these into PCSX2 on RetroArch, and we'll be able to fix the games a lot more efficiently. So let's see if those have been fixed. And I'll just have a ride around in the sun. And it has, it's fixed it. I cannot believe it has actually worked. So all that testing I did, I was trying my hardest. I was trying my hardest to get this like working. But it just seems that the settings either weren't saving or PCSX2 was having a bad day on the bloody It's just deciding that it wasn't going to put this auto flush on. I haven't changed anything else in the settings. I actually played this on the Definitive Edition, the GTA Definitive Edition on Xbox Series S on Game Pass, and I've got to say, they've done an all right job. I had a couple of bugs early on. It's gone a bit dark there. I had a couple of bugs early on with it. I've just gone flying. I can't even see that. Is that because I've turned the brightness off? Turn the brightness up, get widescreen on. That might fix it a bit. Yeah, I gotta say, having the added GPS is pretty good. Just a couple of nice little touches they've got. A couple of modern controls. I wonder if you can change the controls on this actually. Controller on foot. No, you can't actually you can't change the controls. I suppose you could go into Retroarch and change the controls so that X equals whatever it is that you need it to.
Home. At least it was before I fucked everything up.
Yeah, that's swearing. Demonetized video. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so that is how you fix San Andreas. If you're still watching after I've shown you the fix, thank you very much. It's been my absolute pleasure. Hit that like button if this does help you out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here and you want more content on PCSX2 and Retroarch and Xbox Series S and GameCube, Dolphin. I do videos on all these sites of things. Remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do. A fantastic day as well. I'm trying to figure out what my sign-off should be. I don't really know. But anyway, it's been my pleasure. Hopefully, this has helped you out. If it has, let me know down in the comments.